Hello? Hello? You might be asking yourself, what is Japan? No? No? Japan is a country around here on the map, and they have a couple things about them that are very specific. You know, the emperor, samurai. They were a tributary state from 1609 to 1874. Anime, Sony, World War II, and our a little accident from that time. So we got a video here. This presentation will start off with a very large period of 10,000 BCE to 538 CE. Don't ask why. And it will consist of the Jomon, another people, and the Kofun periods. Their mediums of art are clay, wood, jewels, thatch, pigment, and then bronze around 300 BCE. And they use that to make small figurines, pottery, flame vessels, crown vessels, key-shaped mounds, which are like big, and bells. On the left is the crown-formed vessel from the Middle Jomon period. These vessels were usually put into the ground as decoration. On the right is a type of statue called a dogu, and are clay figures that are usually representing people or animals. On the far left is a dotaku bell from the 3rd century. It is a bronze bell with ceremonial purposes. On the right is a megalithic tomb from the Kofun period. This specific tomb is the Daisen Kofun, and it's one of the largest burial mounds from this period. The next period is the Heian period, and it's from 749 to 1185. Don't worry about the 200-year gap. The mediums of this period was that wood started to replace bronze, and they started using papyrus, parchment, paper, still using pigment, started using ink and silk. And they used these mediums to do painting, sculptures, calligraphy, hand scrolls, hanging scrolls, sliding doors, folding screens, and a technique called imaki. On the left is the Taizokai mandala. It is a hanging scroll that used ink and other dyes on silk. On the right is another silk painting called the Amida Raigo, and this specific one is from the late Heian period. On the left is a panel from the Genji Monogatari Imaki pictorial scroll, and this is an image of a scene from a scroll called The Tale of Genji. On the right is the Sauku Shujitsu, and it is regarded as the first text showing a unique Japanese style of writing and calligraphy. The Kamakura period spans from 1185 to 1333 CE. Their mediums were the same, and so was the art. They just started using more religion, started doing more sculptures in general. Other than that, it's identical to the Heian period. It was really just a political power shift. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the left sculpture, but it is a sculpture by the sculptor Uneki, who created his own school for art in the Kamakura period. In the middle is a Zen calligraphy of the Kamakura period. This specific piece is important because of the flowy style taking over as the Japanese style of calligraphy opposed to the Chinese style of calligraphy. On the right is the Kaiki Buddha. This and many other figures like it are usually decorated with gold and different pigments. At the top left is the night attack on the Shanjo Palace, and depicts a scene from a scroll called the Scrolls of the Events of the Heiji Era. At the bottom left is the Universal Gateway, which is from chapter 25 of the Lotus Sutra. And finally on the right is an anonymously made sculpture of a Buddhist monk. The Kamakura period also started seeing more named artists, one of which is Bushi, who specialized in Buddha sculptures. And here are two of his sculptures, the Shaka image of Asukadera. Don't talk about the pronunciation. And the Shaka Triad. Now we're gonna look at some specific pieces. This piece is the Manju Online and it is at the VMFA. It's made of wood, lacquer, crystal, glass, different jewels, you know? And it's thought to be from around the 14th century, so during that Kamakura period. The crown and jewelry suggest that he has a connection to the S Buddha. The sword and the scrolled sutra in his hands represent protection against evil and his wisdom. Wait. This is the Phoenix Hall, and it is a real big building. It was originally probably bright red. If you look it up, most of the pictures are of it being bright red, but it's not going to be, obviously. It was built during the Fujiwara period, and that was during the Heian period. And during this period, it was converted into a Buddhist temple. This is the Standing Arhat, and it is a hanging scroll, also at the VMFA, thought to be from early 14th century, and it uses gold and ink on silk. It shows the Arhat with his hands clasped in prayer, because religion, you know. I forget to show citations, so I'm gonna do that here. Here are the credits. Thanks to these people, they're cool, I guess.
One of these days.
I used Wide Oakland's green screen.
Stop.
Probably like a couple, you know who he is. I don't know.